morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. That's good, I think. Hope you're all doing well. We are back for our day 10 unboxing and paint with me. I hope you guys are all enjoying this. I can't believe we're already on day 10. It's coming to a close soon, but there's still time to get your boxes, hopefully delivered before Christmas. And if not, Christmas gift after, why not? It's not like some of the tutorials are Christmassy that come with it, but these supplies can be used all year long. So with that said, I just want to say good morning to you in Colorado, Australia, Texas, Indiana, Hungary. Welcome, guys. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be unboxing day 10, and then we're going to be painting some gifts. And I'm just going to show you how to elevate a simple square box into something that looks a little bit more 3D and, just less elementary school looking. Again, I am sick still. I'm feeling better. Did not sleep well last night. So if I have to mute it to go and have a little coughing fit or blow my nose, I'm going to do that. So just bear with me. Hopefully I can get through today perfectly fine. But yeah, so let's turn you guys around and open day 10. So, day 10, here we go. In day 10, there is a little box, a little red box. Yeah, it's still in here. Okay, I was like, I put it back in there, right? So for day 10, we have a keychain that I created that says create joy. I thought it would be nice to have a little reminder on your keys to create joy and happiness through your art. Just something that you can, have with you. So I thought that would be a cute idea, and I did the art, and there's a little paintbrush on the end tail of the Y. And yeah, just Christmassy, but also, just something you can do all year long. Create joy. So that is our day 10 gift. And then for those who have purchased the box, the tutorial links are on the inside of this lid. Try not to show it, but they're on the inside of each lid for each day. Because some people were asking, like, where do I find the tutorials? They're on the inside of each lid, and you just type it into your internet browser. So yeah, that is our day 10 gift. All right. Let's close this up and then we can start painting. I really wish this cough would go away. Oh, I have a feeling though, my family's just going to be rotating sicknesses for the next couple weeks, which is going to suck. All right. For those of you who have maybe missed the first 10 days, I'll go through the gifts and stuff that we've already gotten. Our day 1 is this 100% cotton sketchbook. Someone corrected me. I said that Baohong does not have sketchbooks because I had never seen one, but apparently they do. They don't look like this. They have different covers and they're not available in Canada. But I did look it up and it looks like they're not common. But they do make sketchbooks. But this is a one of a kind because it has my art on it. It's 100% cotton watercolor paper, 300 GSM, cold pressed. Like, the paper in here is fantastic. We've had such a good time painting on it. I can't believe, I'm almost done this sketchbook just with all the tutorials we've done. But it's such great quality. 20 pages, you're able to paint front and back. So that was day 1. Day 2 was, what was day 2? Day 2 was the palette. The palette. It doesn't come with paint in it, but you can put your own tube paints in it. This is what we've been using for all the tutorials. My green is running low, but it's great because you just clip it on to your sketchbook. I just use one page to clip it, and then you can use it on the go. Okay, so that's our day 2. Day 3 was the size 8 round brush. Day 4, I love how I'm trying to remember everything. What was day 4? Day 4 was something else. What was day 4? I'm trying to remember. I know there was another brush. Oh, day 4 was the gold and silver metallic pans. We made things sparkly. Day 5 was the cards, which I found. Okay. You get an envelope, and then again, 100% cotton watercolor paper cards. They're perfect for doing cards on great quality. Day 6 was the brush. Day 7 was the fine liners. We got 3 fine liners here, different sizes. Day 8 were the pins that I'm currently wearing. My pins here, which I love. They're like my favorite. Day 9 was the washi tape. Our washi tape, right? And then day 10 is our keychain. So we're getting lots of fun goodies here. Okay. I hate that word goodies, but yeah. So, and then with each item in the box, you also get a tutorial. I'll show you those quickly. Let's just do a little recap before we start painting. Day 1, these are only available to the people who have purchased the box. And like I said, the links are in the lids. So that's day 1. Day 2 is this cute little gnome. Day 3 is this fun little landscape. Day 4 is this foliage with some shimmer. Day 5 are the cards. So I teach you 2 different designs that you can use. Super simple, but so cute. Day 6 was this little winter landscape. Day 7 was calligraphy pages, like faux calligraphy, which was fun, which you can download. And all of these, like this has a tracing template on the website as well for the link. So you can download, print it off, and trace it. This was day 8, which was so fun to do. This was yesterday's day 9. And then day 10 is a nativity scene, which people have asked me to do so many times, which I've never done before. And I thought, you know what? It's a Merry Christmas box. We might as well do one. And this was actually a lot of fun to do. And I used like the sparkles. It turned out really, really well. And I love it. So for all of those people who have been waiting to do a nativity scene, there's one in the box. Excuse me. And then on our YouTube channel, so those are all available only with the purchase of the box. The ones that are available on YouTube for our 10 days so far have been these ones, which have been so much fun as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yesterday, 9. And today we are on 10. And we're going to paint some cute little gifts. All right, now we are all caught up. I'm going to have some water so I don't cough in your face. Okay, let's do this. So I'm just going to clip this over here and we can paint some gifts. So you might want to get out a pencil and an eraser, and your brushes and your palette, and we can begin. So let's do 2 different ones. So I'm going to show you how to make them 1, 3D, and then 2 to make them shade. Like the shading is going to help kind of create everything. You can do as many boxes as you like. I'm going to do 2. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Okay. So I'm going to start by sketching out a rectangle shape. Okay. And you can use a ruler if you feel better using a ruler. Trying to remember how I did it in the illustration. It's in the box. There we go. Okay. So we'll do one that's like this, and then we'll do another one that's taller. So let's do a rectangle, maybe not that tall. Like this. Okay, and if you need to use a ruler, like I said, that's not cheating. You can always use a ruler. Okay. Now we want to make these a bit more 3D, correct? We don't want them to just be rectangles. So now what you're going to do is you are going to draw a line kind of going back on an angle. And then you're going to have the same kind of parallel line. It has to be on the same angle for it to make sense. So even if you want to grab your ruler from the corner back, keep it at the same angle, corner back. Then you're going to connect like that. Okay. Again, same angle here. Just bring it down. And then from this corner, back, and then it has to connect. So if it helps to actually use a ruler and then measure it out, it might work a little bit better. Okay, so same thing here. So let's say, and then also the angle in which you do the line is going to show the perspective of the gift. So if you see a lot more of the top of the gift, you're looking more at a top-down version. If you see less of it, it's more of a forward-facing version. So let's do, my ruler is busted. Okay. I'm going to make it like 1 centimeter. Okay. Put it on an angle. So 1 centimeter. Keep your ruler at that angle. 1 centimeter. And then you should be able to go straight across. Okay. Again, keep it at that same angle. Just bring it down. 1 centimeter. Okay. And then just connect it. Like so. And then you have these 3D boxes. Okay. Great rectangle, love. Thanks, Matt. I'm really good at drawing rectangles. Okay, but that's not all. We want to make it look more realistic. So you know the parts that you fold on the sides, like when you're folding a gift, we're going to draw those really gently. So think of the center of where the center of this rectangle is. You're going to draw really lightly a rectangle from corner to corner, and then from corner up to corner down. So that's like the folded part, you know, when you do your gift. And then let's do one on this side. Okay. Find that center. Do a little triangle from corner to corner. Corner to corner. Okay. And that's where we fold it. It doesn't even have to be all the way to the center, actually. Hold on. Maybe it's actually, you know what? Hold on. Maybe not at the center. Let's do like 2 little dots there. One over here, and just do your triangles to the dots. Because it doesn't always go right to the center, right? It can, but it doesn't always have to. Okay, and then you have the tape and everything there. We're going to do bows as well. But you want these parts because you want it to look a bit more realistic. Then we're going to create some bows. So find the center of your rectangle, and you're just going to draw a line going down for your ribbon. And then it has to go back on the center here, but it has to be the same angle as these lines. Like that. Okay. Same thing with this one. Find the center. Same angle. It has to be the same angle going back. Like that. And then if you want to do one going across the center, like that. Again, from here, it has to be the same angle as these lines. All right. Same thing here. Now, if you are not a sketcher, you don't like the sketching part of it, you just want to paint, if you become a member of my Patreon, I have all of these images, tracing pages that you can download and print off. Okay, so all the things that we've done, I just made that a part of our lowest tier recently. So everything from October onwards, we'll have a tracing image for tutorials. Okay, so there we have our gifts. Gonna have some water. And now we can do our bows. So I say, let's do a bow on the front of this one. Okay, so I'm going to do a little kind of square here. And then a bow shape, and then the little ribbon like so. And then this one, let's do one on the top. This one, just find the center, and we're just going to do like a big kind of fun bow like this. Like that. Okay? And you can always have little ribbons kind of coming down if you want. Like so. And there are our sketches. Emma, we are now cold buddies. Oh no. Are you sick too, Amy? This is brutal. It's fine. We're going to be fine. Gonna get through it. Okay. So now you're going to erase any lines you don't need, like in this bow. Maybe in this bow too. Okay. And we're just going to lightly just make everything a little bit lighter. Now you get to pick the colors that you want to do for your gifts. Okay. You can pick anything. I think I'm going to pick pink and blue because that's what I did for my other ones. I'm going to do blue and pink. So I'm just going to mix some blue here. And I'm just going to start by taking a light wash of my blue. You can always make it darker. Always start with light. And I'm going to go over the gift. I'm going to go around the, what's it called? The ribbon though. Okay. I want to try and not paint the ribbon. Matt telling you how he's all sick again. It's just going to go through our family over and over again until the spring, probably. Oh, goodness. Okay. And you're also going to do the sides, too. Okay. Again, go lighter than you think that you need. Because we are going to do shading to make it darker, so we don't want it to be dark to start. Okay, then you're going to let that dry. Matt, if you're watching, will you make me a tea? Please. I'm having like little coughing attacks over here. Okay. Now I'm going to get some pink. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to my pink because I want it a little bit more peachy. And I'm going to go over this one. Again, around the bow.
I'm making you a tea.
Thank you. Okay.
Would you like lots of honey in it?
Just make me tea, please. Okay. Not trying to be short with him. I'm just trying not to cough. Last night, like, it was so weird. I was feeling a little bit better yesterday and I had a decent sleep. Then last night, I could not fall asleep at all because I couldn't stop coughing. It was brutal. Okay, trying to go lighter with this peachy pink. And I know these aren't very Christmassy colors, but you know what? Doesn't have to be. Okay, just gonna turn this a bit. I think the trickiest part is just going around the bow Although we really didn't have to, thinking about it now, because we could have just gone over it with a different color. But no, maybe we'll do like a candy cane stripe bow, so we need some white in the bow, so it's good to keep it white. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna look at some of the comments because it's so hard to paint and read comments at the same time. Okay, so there's our first wash on the gifts. Just trying to make it all the same amount of wetness just so it dries evenly. Okay. may make a tea for all of us. Yeah, come on, Matt. Just Emma, are you laying flat on one pillow? No, yes, but it's not like too flat. I tried to prop myself up too, but it was just being what it was. I'm literally trying everything. I'm even taking Buckley's, and I hate Buckley's, but I'm like, just like, let me feel better. Okay, so let's let that dry. Matt, I feel like you're getting a little selfish with your cold virus. Yeah. Seriously, save some for the rest of us. I'm kidding. We all kind of have something. It's just going around. All right, let's dry this. Thank you. There's a bowl there.
Where would you like it?
Right here, please, darling.
Where would you like me to put it?
Right here, please, darling.
Okay, here's
Thank
your
you.
tea. It's steeping, and there's
Thank
your
you.
tea.
Everyone else would like one too?
Why are you voluntoling me?
I'm kidding.
Bye.
Bye.
You gonna make me tea later?
Yeah, duh.
Okay, love you, bye.
Laying at a slight elevated angle so the post-nasal drip doesn't get in your lungs. Yeah, I know, that's a big thing. So I try to sit up a bit more, but it's just it's so hard. Okay. Is this dry? Yes. Okay, so now we're going to do some shading. So the rectangle that's facing us is going to be lighter, and then the sides and the top are going to be slightly darker. And I just mean slightly. So you can even go with the same color that you had. Like very, very little, and just darken it just a bit. That's even a little bit too dark. Because we're still going to do some more shading after, so you don't want to darken it too much. Just like a little slight shade darker. Okay. See that? It's just a slight tiny bit. And then also the top. And you want to do this while it's dry, because you don't want it to bleed into the front. You want it to be quite a sharp edge, okay? But again, not too dark. And then we're going to do the same thing with the pink one. Not too dark. Okay. Just a slight shadow. Because we're also going to do a shadow on those folds, and that's going to make a huge difference. Okay, already looks a bit more 3D, right? I will not dip my brush in the tea. I will not, yeah. It's over here, and it's a little higher, so it's not as low as these ones, but you know what? We'll see. I might just do it. I had finished my tea and I was still trying to dip my brush in my teacup. That's funny. Yeah, it's just what it is, eh? I don't think I've done that in an actually very long time. I made a reel about it. Oops, and of course I'm dripping it everywhere. Made a reel about it, but I didn't actually dip it in. I haven't done that in a while. Okay, let's dry this part quickly. And it really should dry quickly because if you don't use a lot of paint, which is kind of the goal. Okay, now we're going to shade these areas. So I'm just going to take my smaller brush, take my color, and then I'm going to add just like a little bit of indigo to it, like a tiny bit, to make it slightly darker, maybe a little bit yellow. And I'm going to go underneath that fold with the darker color. Like that. Wash off my brush, dry it on my paper towel, and then just kind of blend it out. Okay, just so it's slightly darker, but it looks like there's a fold there. Okay, same thing on here. Adding the shadow. Wash off your brush, dry it a bit. Then you blend it out. Okay, and see how that makes it look even a little bit more 3D. Okay. Like so. So this side should already be darker, and then this shadow part should be a step darker than that. All right, you can even just darken up some of the edges just a little bit, and then wash off your brush, dry it, and just blend it out so it's not so harsh, but a little bit darker. See how that like totally elevates it? Isn't that crazy? But I might also do just a little bit is just do a little darkness around the bow here, just like a tiny bit to the one side. So to the right of the bow and on top. I'm using such a minimal amount of paint, guys. It's not a huge difference. See how it also makes it pop out a bit more? A little bit darker. Oops. At the top. And use your tiny brush for this, just so it's just like a little shadow, not so intense. You can even blend it out a bit. Wash off your brush and dry it and just blend it out. So I'm doing the top, on top of the bows and to the right of it. Okay. Now let's do the same thing with the blue. I'm gonna grab a bit more blue, not too dark. And we're gonna go under that flap. And then just blend it out. Okay, wash off your brush, dry it a bit, blend out those edges. Same thing on the bottom one. Wash off your brush, dry it, blend it out. Like that. Okay? Okay, let's take out the tea bag that's spilling everywhere. That's so hot. Ow. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then take a little bit of that. Blue. Just apply it to the right of the bow. Actually, thinking about it, we probably should have put the shadow on the bow on the other side. That's okay though. Because the shadow is over here on this side, we should have put the shadow on the bow on the other side. That's fine. Still looks good. It's not technically right, but it's okay. Not everything has to be perfect. I'm gonna just blend this out. That. Blend it out. Like so. And then even the top here too, I think. And then wash off, blend it out. I feel like the top could be a little bit darker. Especially under this bow. Like that. Matt, apparently we're gonna need band-aids as well in the studio. What? I keep missing the conversation. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Now you should be able to do your bows. So yeah, the shading totally should have been on the other side. It's all good. Let's see, is this tea ready? It's gonna be too hot. Okay, a little hot. It's all good. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a light, because this one I want to do like a candy cane stripe on it, but I don't want the bow to just be like a plain white for the white part. So I'm just going to take a little bit of indigo and just go over the whole bow. Make sure that your present is dry first though. Hold on. I'm gonna use my bigger brush. Just like the tiniest wash of indigo on the white part, just so it's not so flat of a white because of the white background. It will still look white, but it won't look as flat. Basically just like tinted water, to be honest. That's the color you're going for. This one, we can do a different color. I think I'm going to do like a dark green that I did. Yeah, I did a dark green. No, that's indigo. That's fine. I'll mix it with some green for this bow. Oh, just in case you get blisters from burning your fingers on your mug. I should be okay. I mean, it happens, but okay. So now I'm just going to put green on this bow. Make sure that your present is dry before you do this, so it doesn't bleed out. Again, try not to go too dark, because even with this, we're going to want to add some shading. So it's on the darker side, but it's not the darkest it can be. Okay, and then this part. Like so. It's such a small illustration, but it really takes some time and care. This was like all my illustrations for the box. They are small, but they took a while. Okay. Let that dry, and then we can shade on that in a second. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of shading on here. So I'm going to take my indigo, slightly darker, just slightly. And I'm just going to go around the bow here. So the bow would be standing out just a bit more. So there would be a bit of a shadow there, bit of a shadow down here. Like slight shadow, just a tiny bit of color. I'm going to just darken this center part, maybe do a little bit of shading here. And then remember, these sides are going to be slightly darker because they're in the shade, like in the shadow. And then up here as well. So even though it's indigo, I'm just going to blend this out. It still gives off the illusion that it's white because we're leaving it so light. Okay. And then you're going to let that dry. This is already dry because I didn't use much paint. So we're going to go back to our green one. And I want to make it look like these are crossing. So I'm going to darken this side like this. Wash off my brush. Just blend out that edge. So now it looks like that's behind. Like this ribbon is going in front. See that? Emma, what colors are in your mini palette? I have indigo, burnt sienna, lemon yellow, olive green, a magenta, like a permanent red, turquoise, and like a cobalt blue kind of color. And then we got to darken this side. Okay. And then we want to darken up here. You don't have to do too much detail, but you want to make it look like it's all kind of folded. So I'm just adding like shadow more towards the base. Then up and around on some of these. Like so. Tiny details make everything. Okay. Then, yes, a size 8 round brush. And then this tiny one is a size 1 round. And it's more like a little bit longer. It's kind of like a liner. Okay, now I want to do some red stripes on the ribbon here. So, I'm just going to do some tiny little stripes. Like so. Just on the ribbon part there. Okay. Then I'm just going to do some stripes on the bow. And if you curve the lines just a little bit, just a little, so they're not super straight, it will just give a bit of movement to the bow. And we are going to darken it a bit too. You can outline it a bit if you like. Okay, little candy cane stripes. I'm going to let that dry for a second. And then with this one, I want to do just little white polka dots. I'm going to grab my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. But if you have a white pen or white ink of some sort. You can use whatever you have. I'm just doing tiny little dots. Now, for the side parts where they're in the shade, like in the shadow, you can always add a little bit of blue to your opaque white. Hold on. And then it looks like it's in the shade or like in the shadow. Tiny little subtle details. All right. And then I'm just gonna shade just a little bit more, I think, on this bow. Or even just do a little bit more red. It's up to you. If you want to like outline it with red, you could always do that too. Might look a little bit more defined. I don't know if I like that. I could have just left it with the without that, but I don't know. It's good to experiment and try things. That. Like that. I think it looks pretty cute. You've done a wonderful job with the Avid box. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you, Kathy. All right. And then last but not least, just because we don't want our box sitting on the ground. Oh, look, I made a gray just by mixing everything. Perfect. Maybe a little bit of indigo in there. I'm going to add a bit of a shadow underneath the gift. This shadow is going to be going this way. Wash off my brush, dry it, touch the edge and just kind of blend it out. Maybe make like a ground going straight across here. I want a bit more blue. Just tap it underneath. And blend it out. And then same thing on the other side, but the shadow is going to be more on this side of the gift. Then wash off your brush. Dry it. Add a little bit more shadow underneath, to the right, to the left. And then wash your brush off and blend it out. Like that. And then you have some 3D gifts. Is the light source above? It's kind of like, yeah, sure. Like when you do these things, you always want to have like some idea of where your light source is. I just kind of want to show you two different directions. So for this one, it's more actually coming right from the center here because it's hitting the front and then it's kind of, casting the shadows that way. So not necessarily for the top. If it was from the top, then the light would be coming down on the top. So it's more at the gifts. Like I said, the shadow on the ribbon here should have been on the other side. But imagine like the light's coming this way and it's casting shadows going that way. That was my goal. I just did it wrong on that side. But it's all good. As long as you learn from your mistakes and then you try again another time, you're good. But yeah, there we go. So there's our gifts. You can always add, you know, like little bits of sparkle on there if you wanted. More gifts behind. But we kept it nice and simple today. You could always do a tree in the background. But yeah, just elevate your drawings and your sketches just a little bit more by adding a bit more shading to it. And it really can make a huge, huge difference. All the little elements of shading and shadow and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one today. Tomorrow is day 11. So we only have 2 more days of these lives. I might try and go live again, you know, during January and stuff like that, because it's been a lot of fun connecting with everybody. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So tomorrow is, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes. So I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 2. 2? Yes, 2 p.m. is tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Just because I have stuff to do in the morning. But yeah, I don't remember what we're painting tomorrow. Let me just check. I made these thumbnails like so long ago. Like, what are we doing tomorrow? Day 11. Ooh, we're gonna do like a little hot chocolate mug in a cup. Excuse me. So we'll do like a little mug of hot chocolate or something tomorrow. And that'll be fun. I'm gonna have to start having withdrawals when this is done. Aw. Well, I'll try and do it again more often too, because it's fun. I hope you get some rest. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun. I hope you guys like it. Again, look at the shading. Just pops off the page. I feel like I could have done a little bit more shading. But you know what? You just keep practicing, add more, and just keep trying new things. Yeah, so tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be painting some hot chocolate in a mug. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah, bye guys.